Hello people, it's that time again. It's that time again. Welcome everyone to my live stream. Welcome to the channel. My name's Danny C. Let's get down to business, shall we? So let's see what I can do for take two then of the GT World Series Nations Cup. Bilzen, welcome along. Thank you very much for tuning in, and good attempt for doing the strategy you practice in the first slot as well, Bilzen. But another opportunity will come, I'm sure of that, if you wish to, if you are doing another one. So I've just had something to bite, as well as getting a quick wash, and then I've changed the oil and washed the car. So I'm all good to go once more. So hopefully it gets better than the previous round, which I could tell you that it's not going to be easy as we go along. So let's see what we can do from there. Okay, we're getting somewhere. So we're getting somewhere. So this is take two of the third round of the GT World Series Nations Cup for those who have just joined. Started 14th, finished 14th. The qualifying didn't go to plan, but obviously had a bad first lap, and then obviously the rest of the time just got a bit very much alone on my side, and then so here we are for take 2. Looking to do better than what I did before. A 56.2, so that's looking promising, having got the brake balance to 2 to the rear. So we save that for a moment, and then I can look back at some time and in the future just do better than what I did. So just ahead of Indian Stig for the moment, so I'll just come out of this and just get rid of the that many ghosts that have been lurking around all over me. Got a bit wide there, so gonna go for a quick toilet break here, and then we crack on with the task in hand. So I'll be back in 2 secs. Right, I'm just gonna save myself before we get into the 7 o'clock slot. So who we got that's live right now? Oscafi's live. RL250's live. Wind is live. Farouk is live. Yield is live. Calster's live. Sammy Snake is live. So there's a few familiar people that I know that who are streaming from their perspective. Alrighty then. So we've got just over 30 seconds left. Obviously, we know what the crack is. Just need to get those 2 flying laps in ASAP, and just be mindful of the traffic around, and then get through the first lap in one piece, and just manage the unexpected situations from where if you get a lag spike or whatever. But good luck to those who are taking part on this slot. Don't worry, mate, if you're not had the best of races from the last time out. So let's see who we got. So we've got some company. Well, we will have company. Bills is in again. Who else we got in? And there's Kev. Truly's in. That Kai is in. How many points do you get? 329. That's a few more points than the previous lobby. So top 8 is just a case of anywhere in the top 8 is a good result. So let's see what I can do from there. Thank you, Kai. Thank you, Bilzen. So we're out. Got Kev up front in the white Porsche. I recognise the livery. Do you want to go? Just need to watch them. They're busy racing each other. Let's go. First of 2 flying laps. Let's go for it. Much better lap so far. That was much slower. Had to flick down another gear just to get a bit more rotation, but still a bit slower. Just need to get my way through the chicane now. No, ain't gonna happen. Got a bit wide there. Although at least I managed to get another second flying lap in this time round. And see how everybody else is getting on. Bill's in 11th. There's myself in 8th. Truly haven't had the best of laps. So I'm only 6/10 away from pole position, so that's a much better qualifying than before. So just need to survive the first lap, which is all I need to do, and therefore we get a result. So how many points do you get? You get 230 odd or something. So if I get around 200 points at least, then I take it. Or if I finish in the top 8, then I'm happy. Or if I finish from where I started, still good. So I've got a race I want. Best of luck. It's not going to be an easy race, but we'll do what we can. Welcome along, Tom. Thank you very much for tuning in and leaving the like. And I hope you're doing good, pal. Hope to see you again. Yeah, no worries. You do what you need to do, buddy. And first things first, let's get down to business and do the talking on the track. Everyone rising the engine notes to the top. So this is looking like a Porsche Cup with looking like there's every single driver using the Porsche. And I'm number 14 on that one. And Bill's in 12th. Truly haven't had the best of qualifiers, but let's see what he can do for P15. So there you have it. Every single driver is on the Porsche. So this is a Porsche Cup race, this one at the Nürburgring GP. So I've got the brake balance to 3 to the front. First objective, survive the first lap. And watch out for that lag spike. Got dirty tyres. Can't do me any harm whatsoever. There's some pitting in early. There's Bison that Bills are doing a one-lap pit stop again. Get that mandatory pit stop out of the way, and so is the other person. For some reason, that I was shifted up from second to fourth for some reason. Just need to stay within this slip if I can. got Truly behind as well. He's the quick driver. Yellow flag, something's happened. Whoa. How we managed to escape that one. Anticipation. Obviously, the Italian had to use the grass to minimise the damage on the penalty he was dished out to. Oh, almost lost it. Got a bit throttle happy whilst leaving it in first. The Kai's left. Hope the Kai's okay. I'm not sure what happened there. So I'm going to come in at the end of this lap, get you some new tyres on. Just without that slide that I had from the last lap, then I would have been ahead. Get a little closer to the Russian. Almost. Don't think I'm close enough to try and get the move done. So we've got two people coming in. Obviously them two are on different strategies. Dino's got dirty tyres after being pushed wide or forced wide. Oh, Dino almost lost it. I ain't giving this one up, pal. Got you recovered. Who's going to be last on the brakes? Woo! That looked weak. That was wicked. Them two are pitted in. And so is Dino. And in that case, I'll have one lap fresher tyres than my opponents around me. So we're coming in at the end of this lap. No issue with the fuel, so let's make this a good one. Oh, bit of clashing going off there. Oh, does that person think they are? Max Verstappen, Spanish Grand Prix 2025? Literally. Literally. Regal kicking up the gravel. Yeah, this is getting very ugly. Just need to be mindful of that person. Brakes have faded a bit. Unless I have applied too much brake going around that corner. Brainless. Brainless. That's all I can say. Anyway, we've got business to take care of. Let's see if we get in the top 8. With 4 laps to go. Steady seat time. Bilson does not have a slip, and I've got the pure pace with fresher tyres. Come on. A good fight between 6th and 7th at the moment. Last lap. Daddy's gonna get you! Come on then! Just with that one mistake, without that one mistake from early on, I would have had him. And this person also. I almost had him. But we made it. Better than the first round. Oh. Started 9th, finished 9th. Oh, so close. Yeah, definitely. It was tough from my side. Was trying to push for as much as I can, but the plus side is I've increased my DR, so can't complain. 219 points. So, obviously, without that mistake, I would have either had you, Bilson, or even had the French driver. So, but just want to spare a moment to say, well, hats off to, well, if he's still there, or he's left. I'd just like to see the replay on what happened also. But yeah, I've got a right sweat on now. I had to push towards the end. But I've kept going until the checkered flag. So I'll take home the 200 odd points. Yes, Ben, welcome along. Thank you for tuning in. I've enjoyed myself no matter the outcome. Obviously, to do the second attempt, obviously, sometimes it just works out better than the first. So that's what I had to do also. Let's have a look, shall we? So let's have a look. So here we are at the start. Well, just making sure I get the tyres and the brakes into optimum range, and then I got the other Porsche that is Roxy, and although there was just a little list of touches which didn't bother me at all, I saw on the radar that it was there, and obviously he took the opportunity to go and make way. So what happened later on, of course, I'd just like to see. So I just gave Beeler a bit of a nudge, and then obviously I saw the French driver was on my right. And there you see, well, both Papaya Dryer and Bilson taking the opportunity to get that mandatory pit stop out of the way. So further on, I'd just like to see how the crash unfolded, because that was just reckless from whoever caused the accident. Gave us the opportunity to go and make up some more places. So it's somewhere around here that the Kai obviously had a moment through the chicane, was pushing so hard. He just lost it on his own by going so wide. Very unfortunate to see what happened there. And then further on as well, what was going on further on? So from what I could see, the white car misjudged the braking, and then you had the Spaniard counter-attacking him, and then obviously, yeah, that was just needless to say the least. And yeah, there was just a concertina effect in that sense, and therefore I had to make most of other people's misfortunes. And so looking from my perspective, I could see all that unfolding, and then so Kev did push the bus, and then so did the Rexy and the Beeler fan. Well, obviously I had to push their way through. That was just that was just reckless. Well, to be very honest with you. Even he kept Rexy going also, and very unfortunate for the Spaniard to come off worse. Just minded his own business. Kev went for the move, and yeah, that's a no-no. That's a no-no. And that's what you get. You play with feathers, you get your ass tickled. Anyway. I'd just like to see what happened if I've actually turned in onto him, because I was literally just getting into the apex best I can, and I must have lost it on their own. I'd just like to see from my perspective. Obviously did right to give way because I was already into the corner, and then what Kev has done after feeling that much adrenaline through his veins, you know, he went a bit throttle happy. Well, just got a bit too much into the apex, and that left him to a spin. So it came around to later on this race. Well, mind you, let's have a look at the wheel-to-wheel action. So let's have a look at the wheel-to-wheel action. So you had the Norwegian who fluffed their lines. I refused to give up on that bit because you know what? I might as well take the opportunity. So I left him some racing room, as you can see. Nothing between the pair of us. Who's going to be last on the brakes? Headed down into turn 1. I just had to apply less pressure, let go of the pressure just a tiny bit on the brakes, and then park it into the first corner as well as the second corner. And I had to move over to the left just to not give him anything, if you know what I mean. And therefore, we've got the overtake done, just like that. And then we move further ahead. Going into after the last round of pit stops. So as you can see, a heated battle was kicking off between Trulli and Limo. Bit of pushing and shoving going off. Yeah, literally. Just no need for that. And watch what happens later on. You watch. Because what you're about to see is the most diabolical revenge punt you'll come across. And you'll see where I'm coming from. Direct black flag, that one. And karma got to Trulli also, because he got tapped also. But that's what you get for playing with feathers. So yeah, and that's what happened from my perspective. I saw like the battle unfolding. So I was hunting down Bilzen time and time again, refusing to give up, knowing that I had nothing to lose. And then even Papaya Driver was one of the last on the late stoppers as well. So Bilzen took the advantage. If it would have been one more lap, I would have had him. Or if I had to make a mistake on my own from early on, then I would have got on to finish a solid 8th place. Maybe 7th in what was looking like another sweaty lobby in that one. So there you have it. There you have it. Right, so open the 4-star roulette ticket. So, just want to spare a moment to say thank you very much to those of you who were tuned in to say hello a while ago. And thank you very much to those who have been, well, when I say thank you, well, a pleasure to race with you on the track also. But other than that, we started 9th, finished 9th, got the DR back, 200 odd points in the bag. Happy days, better than what I did before. Although I managed to get the first banker lap in the qualifying, so that's a plus, having made most out of what was a sticky situation, to be very honest. But yeah, it is what it is. So Next time we'll be live is on the Super Saturday. We've got the we have got the fourth round of the GT World Series Nations Cup, and then we'll also have round 3 of the JCR British Touring Car Championship around 7 o'clock as well. And obviously with the Nations Cup itself, I only have that one shot because I'll be getting that 5 o'clock slot in. Give yourself a bit of a break in between, get on with the league race, and then crack on with what I need to do then. So that is what's coming up on Saturday, most likely. As for the open lobbies, probably do another open lobby on Friday, but we'll see how that goes also. But we will see how that pans out. But other than that, that's very much what we got lined up for this week. So just want to say thank you very much to those of you who have been watching. If you're liking the content, hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't. I appreciate your support. And have a great evening, great afternoon, great morning wherever you are in the world. And from myself, Danny C, whatever you're up to, look after yourself. I'll catch you in the next one. Take care all. Bye-bye.